Question 105.12. Questioner: I have come to the conclusion that the meaning of the hawk that we had about a year ago when we started to move the first time had to do with the non-benign nature of the house, in the metaphysical sense which I had picked. If it would not interfere with the law of confusion, I think that would be philosophically interesting to know if I am correct with respect to that. Answer: I am Ra. What bird comes to affirm for Ra? What bird would be chosen to warn? We ask the questioner to ponder these queries. Question 105.13. Questioner: we have been, you might say, experimentally determining a lot of things about the body, the next portion of the tarot, and have been experiencing some of the feedback effects, you might say, between the mind and the body. From everything that we have done so far with respect to these effects, the great value of the third density, yellow ray body at this time is as a device that feeds back catalyst to create the polarization, I would say. I would ask Ra if initially when they were designed for third density experience the mind-body spirits, not the mind-body spirit complexes, had as the major use of the yellow ray body the feeding back of catalyst, and if not, what was the purpose of the yellow ray body? Answer: I am Ra. The description which began your query is suitable for the function of the mind-body spirit or the mind-body spirit complex. The positioning creation of physical manifestation changed not one whit when the veil of forgetting was dropped. Question 105.14. Questioner: then the yellow ray body, from the very beginning, was designed as what Ra has called an athana for the mind, a device to accelerate the evolution of the mind. Is this correct? Answer: I am Ra. It is perhaps more accurate to note that the yellow ray physical vehicle is a necessity without which the mind-body spirit complex cannot pursue evolution at any pace. Question 105.15. Questioner: then you are saying that the evolution of that portion of the individual that has not yellow ray is not possible without the clothing at intervals in the yellow ray body. Is this correct? Answer: I am Ra. No. Question 105.16. Questioner: would you clear up my thinking on that? I didn't quite understand your statement. Answer: I am Ra. Each mind-body spirit or mind-body spirit complex has an existence simultaneous with that of creation. It is not dependent upon any physical vehicle. However, in order to evolve, change, learn, and manifest the Creator, the physical vehicles appropriate to each density are necessary. Your query implied that physical vehicles accelerated growth. The more accurate description is that they permit growth. Question 105.17. Questioner: as an example, I would like to take the distortion of a disease or bodily malfunction prior to the veil and compare it to that after the veil. Let us assume that the conditions that Jim experienced with respect to his kidney malfunction had been an experience that occurred prior to the veil. Would this experience have occurred prior to the veil? Would it have been different? And if so, how? Answer: I am Ra. The anger of separation is impossible without the veil. The lack of awareness of the body's need for liquid is unlikely without the veil. The decision to contemplate perfection in discipline is quite improbable without the veil. Question 105.18. Questioner: I would like to examine a sample, shall we say, bodily distortion prior to the veil and how it would affect the mind. Could Ra give an example of that, please? Answer: I am Ra. This general area has been covered. We shall recapitulate here. The patterns of illness, diseases, and death are a benignant domain asterisk within the plan of incarnational experience. As such, some healing would occur by decision of mind, body, spirits, and incarnations were experienced with the normal ending of illness to death, accepted as such, since without the veil it is clear that the mind, body, spirit continues. Thusly, the experiences, both good and bad, or joyful and sad, of the mind, body, spirit before veiling would be pale, without vibrancy or the keen edge of interest that such brings in the post-veiling mind, body, spirit complex. Asterisk domain in feudal law, lands held in one's own power, a manor house and the adjoining lands in the immediate use and occupation of the owner of the estate, the grounds belonging to any residence or any landed estate, any region over which sovereignty is exercised, domain. Question 105.19. Questioner: at the end of an incarnation, before veiling, did the entity appear physically to have aged like entities at the end of their incarnation in our present illusion? Did the significator look like that? Answer: I am Ra. The significator of mind, body, or spirit is a portion of the archetypical mind and looks as each envisioned such to appear. The body of mind, body, spirits before veiling showed all the signs of aging which acquaint you now with the process leading to the removal from third density incarnation of the mind, body, spirit complex. It is well to recall that the difference betwixt mind, body, spirits and mind, body, spirit complexes is a forgetting within the deeper mind. Physical appearances and surface and instinctual activities are much the same. Question 105.20. Questioner: then I was wondering what was the root reason for the change in appearance that we see as the aging process. I am trying to uncover the basic philosophical premise here, but I may be shooting in the dark and not questioning on it correctly. I am trying to get at the reason behind the design in this change in appearance when it seems to me that it would be just as possible for the mind, body, spirit or mind, body, spirit complex to look the same throughout an incarnation. Could Ra explain the reason for this change? Answer: I am Ra. When the discipline of the personality has led the mind, body, spirit complex into the fifth and especially the sixth level of study, it is no longer necessary to build destruction of the physical vehicle into its design, for the spirit complex is so experienced as a shuttle that it is aware when the appropriate degree of intensity of learning and increment of lesson have been achieved. Within third density, not to build into the physical vehicle its ending would be counterproductive to the mind, body, spirit complexes therein residing, for within the illusion it seems more lovely to be within the illusion than to drop the garment which has carried the mind, body, spirit complex and move on. Question 105.21. Questioner: I see, then, that it is, shall we say, when an individual reaches a very old age it becomes apparent to him in third density that he is worn out. Therefore, he is not attached to this vehicle as firmly as he would be with a good-looking, well-functioning one. After the veil, the body is definitely an athana for the mind. Prior to the veiling, did the body serve as an athana for the mind at all? Answer: I am Ra. Yes. You may ask one more full query. Question 105.22. Questioner: I believe that I should ask if there is anything that we can do to make the instrument more comfortable or to improve the contact, since in the last session I was not able to get that question in. Answer: I am Ra. We find the weariness of the group well balanced by its harmony. That weariness shall continue in any future circumstance during your incarnations. Therefore look you to your love and thanksgiving for each other and join always in fellowship, correcting each broken strand of that affection with patience, comfort, and quietness. We find all meticulously observed in the alignments and give you these words only as reminder. All that can be done for the instrument seems done with an whole heart, and the instrument itself is working in the indigo ray with perseverance. We have previously mentioned some temporary measures for the instrument. If these are adopted, additional liquids shall be imbibed by the instrument and by the questioner, whose bond with the instrument is such that each difficulty for one is the same in sympathy for the other. I am Ra. I leave you rejoicing merrily in the love and the light, the power and the peace of the one infinite Creator. Adonai.